All I'm saying is he's not on that level. See where Rema is.
So he's not on, oh wow.
Where Rema-
Wow. So he's not on the level to
He's
have
not on Jay-Z
respect.
and J. Cole's level, yes.
So they deserve
They've had
respect,
years
but
and
Rema
years
doesn't.
and years and years. Not that, no, everyone deserves respect. Everyone deserves respect. All I'm saying is that the venue might have a little bit more pressure. And it is just what it is. It is what it is.
It's interesting. It's interesting why they would have more pressure to perform and deliver in the standards that they should for a bigger name than an African name. It's interesting.
I sense some passive aggressive. It's interesting.
Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome to episode 34. That's 17 multiplied by 2 of the 30% podcast, hosted by your boy Sam and Afam.
I'm your boy Sam.
I think I messed that up, but you know what? In this podcast, we keep things raw, we keep things real, so we're not gonna edit that out. But yo, Sam, what's up? How are you?
Where are you usually?
What you saying?
Insert a very healthy and rather humorous dose of hate. I have decided that will not be part of this podcast anymore because I did get a little bit of feedback from the people.
Oh, really?
I did. From a good friend and a listener, and he said that I am too mean to you, Afam. So here is my apology. I am very sorry for the past 33 episodes that you have been doing bad jokes and terrible segues, and I have been trying my best to respond to them. I will no longer respond to your bad jokes and terrible segues. I am 100% on your team. That being said, I am doing great. Thank you. How are you?
No,
tell me about yourself, please. I'm dying to know.
Wow. So now I'm going to have to deal with positive Sam.
You're going to deal with sarcastic. Yes, exactly. Oh man, what do you mean I'm mean? I'm being mean to Afam. What do you mean? Have you heard some of the jokes this guy says? You can't help but be mean.
Shout out to all the people listening who are on my side. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Shout out to them.
Sorry. Thank you for seeing things my way. But anyway, I'm doing good, man. Updates from the week. I ended up watching Oppenheimer and Barbie. I watched them back to back.
Nice.
Sam.
Nice.
I even carried a change of
clothes.
Like, I had a pink.
Did you go into the bathroom and come out wearing pink? Please tell me that's what you did.
I had to go back to the car and get my pink hoodie, bro. So yeah.
But did you actually do that?
Oppenheimer
no.
first.
Jokes aside,
I swear.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you see, and this is why I joke on this, bro. Look, and then now I can't even joke because I'm trying to be positive. What on earth are you talking about?
No, you can't joke. You can joke.
Wait, oh, thank the Lord. I
had to be in character, man, because like for the Oppenheimer.
This guy, you went to the car and
I had on a yes, indeed. For Oppenheimer, I had a black it was black, and then for Barbie, I had to go and wear something pink, man. And it generally did help the viewing experience.
I don't think it did.
I felt like I was more engrossed into the story.
Because of a hoodie? Okay. All right. You know what?
Okay,
hey,
well,
I'm
but
glad
that
you
aside,
enjoyed the movies. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, that aside, Oppenheimer is an amazing movie. If you haven't watched it yet, man, like, for real, like, it's a masterpiece. It's obviously gonna win a bunch of Oscars. Like, the score on that thing is amazing, and the sound as well, Sam. Like, you'd really appreciate it, man. Like, it's just done so well. There's a lot of dialogue, so I remember of late I've been watching a lot of stuff and relying on subtitles. So it was, I don't know, I kind of struggled a little bit because of the dialogue and stuff, especially towards the end. Because towards the end it becomes more dialogue, it's more politics and stuff, but still, that's really one of the best movies I watched. And then after that, 30 minutes, I did my quick wardrobe change, got back, watched Barbie. Barbie kind of felt like a fever dream after Oppenheimer. Yeah, but it was still a nice movie. Fuck with the message for sure. It was more lighthearted, I guess, compared to
what is it
Oppenheimer.
about?
So,
what message were they trying to give in the Barbie movie?
The message, it's about like gender roles, essentially. Yeah. And a lot of it was about like the patriarchy, like in the real world, and how everything is male dominated, and how we've molded the world to this patriarchy and stuff like that. And women get like sidelined, whatever. And so essentially, I don't know, give the whole plot of the story, but essentially, I think for me, my takeaway was that there should be a balance, because like even in the Barbie world, like
come on Barbie, let's go Barbie.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was okay. Anyway, so yeah, in the Barbie world, like the Kens also felt out of place because like it was more of a woman-dominated like space. So I think they were just advocating for like there should be more equality. So it's not like one gender should be, and there are multiple genders. Let's first acknowledge that. But anyway, like so anyway, that's the message. But if you like, if you just wanted to watch something like lighthearted and colorful, then yeah, Barbie was it. But yes, that was my week. Watched Barbenheimer, and then recorded a bunch of artists. I recorded a bunch of drill artists in the studio. Big Yasa, Spinks Mafia, my boy Trigger Young Boy, Philo came through, and yeah, recorded a bunch of drill. Yeah, that's been my week. How about yours? I feel like I've gone in depth. What did you do?
I don't remember. Wait, the week has been alright. Spent. What did I do? What did I do this week? As part of recording a podcast, any music? So I was on location.
Oh, okay.
And doing a
Wait,
podcast.
Sam, you're helping another podcast. Wow, this is some podcast betrayal.
No, I didn't say that. Who?
Wow, what? Sam, you betrayed our podcast.
Oh boy.
Wow,
yeah.
guys, if you're listening right now, Sam is a betrayer.
Oh man,
you're a betrayer of podcasts.
Betrayal. What is betrayal actually? If you really do a deep dive into it, what is betrayal?
What you just did. What you just did was betrayal.
Oh man. So anyways, I was on set. We were doing that. That was cool. And
I'm
then,
joking, by the way.
Chilled the rest. I guess now editing it and then working on random stuff, music and things. So it's been cool. It's been relaxed. Oh, I enjoyed the recent Twitter, or shall I say X Twitter developments.
Yeah, I guess we'll get right into the news with that one.
That was fun. I really like. Let me just say, I like what Elon is doing. I like that he's breaking down all the standards that we possibly would hope for a $1 billion company, and he's just doing absolutely.
I never thought I'd hear the day
whatever
you'd say
with it. I love it. I love it when the
why
the bureaucracy and everything is just completely shattered. It's brilliant. It's brilliant to me.
Do you just love watching a train wreck in progress, or
I don't know whether it's a train wreck. I don't know whether it's not a train wreck. All I know is that he found someone on Twitter to suggest a logo, and he's using it as a thing, and that isn't unheard of. That's brilliant.
Wow.
It's just brilliant, I think.
Sam, I think Elon is the dumbest man to exist in history. Like he's showing his dumbness. First of all, have you seen that X was actually copyright or whatever is owned by Meta?
Is it?
Especially X it is in context of an entertainment platform or whatever.
Is Twitter an entertainment platform or information platform?
No, I'm saying it wrong. But you see what Twitter is in context of what Twitter is. the symbol X has been trademarked. So
that's not smart.
It's so dumb. That's what I'm saying. He's just a dumb
but he's
guy.
Had a history. He's had a history of the whole X thing, though. That's why
he has apparently it was a thing with PayPal, like he tried to make it into
SpaceX, everything. Like he keeps going with the X. So I'm sure I know why he did it. Can I just tell
you something? This guy is so do you know what he is? I don't know if you guys have watched Succession. He's a far less likable Kendall Roy. Like he is just a rich guy. He has a bunch of money. He always
in his defense, he didn't want to buy Twitter at the end, so we can't blame that on him. In his defense, he wouldn't have gone. He was forced is a loose term, but then he was
out of his own foolishness. This guy who was,
Elon just can't win with you. Oh man,
but he's dumb. He's dumb. Like, anyway, let's not get into Elon talk. But like, even now, they still really haven't transitioned Twitter into like this X or whatever.
It's
like
so weird.
They've changed
it's so strange.
They've changed the logo on the like App Store, I guess, or whatever. But like,
Twitter is more than just an app, right? It's a culture. Like the whole, even the lingo. Just tweeted, reposted, retweeted. All of that is stuff retweeted. That's solidified.
Speaking of, I think in like America now, it's reposts instead of retweets.
That's painful. Yeah. But we're honestly, we're going to get over it in a while. Trust me. We'll get over it. I saw on more tech news, not music, but I'm on more tech news.
Yeah.
The threads sign up and threads usage has gone down by mad percentage. So that was fun. And the end of that.
I mean, but they still have I think they still have an opportunity to really take over what Twitter is doing. The only problem with threads is they're trying to be it's kind of Instagram 2.0. They're trying to be more brand friendly.
Oh yuck.
More PC and stuff.
No, thank you.
And it's just an if Instagram, Meta can agree to have threads be a little bit more ratchet. Just
that's
like
not
Twitter,
going to happen.
Threads is gonna be popping.
Oh, that's not going to happen at all.
We'll forget Twitter in a heartbeat.
First off, it's not Twitter anymore. So get that right.
If Big Zuck can just be like, let's not make this a PC platform.
Big Zuck.
Oh my God, Sam, it's gonna be popping. We'll be forgetting about Twitter in like no time. But I don't
get over the fact that you said.
Yeah, even me using like, and there's so much. Big Zuck, but there's so much about threads that needs to like improve. So even me, I found myself not using it as much. Like the novelty of it kind of
wore off quickly, very quickly.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's our era, is our tech
an
review.
Era coming
that's
to
our
an
tech
end.
Review. It is, and it's unfortunate because of some guy who has a lot of money.
Stop hating on
anyway.
Any other news, please?
Any other news? So we can talk about music news. The big, for me anyway, the thing that stuck out was there's the whole Rema thing that happened. Did you pay attention to it?
I saw it on X.
No, I don't make this a thing. Don't make.
What
this
do you
a
mean?
thing,
It's already
please.
a thing. He put up an X sign on the building.
Oh, so you saw it on X videos. You watched an X video.
Just relax. Let's
no. See, that's what it is. It's an X. It's a video on X. So it's an X video.
We're trying to be PC. So let's
Sam,
divert.
are you trying to tell the audience that you watch X videos?
Listen, I'm not even going to.
Yes.
I saw it.
So let's not
on Twitter.
Let's not call it X.
Okay, fine. You win.
Yeah, thank you.
You win.
Thank you.
Win. You're terrible. And then you ask me why I don't bully this guy. I don't even bully you. You're just being. Oh gosh, yikes! I have half a mind to erase that whole segment. Anyway,
but
I saw it on
listen.
Formerly known as Twitter, FKA Twitter.
Thank you. Yeah, and let's actually, you know what? Let's play a clip. Let's play a clip of Rema saying, "Don't disrespect
Rema,
Afrobeats."
man, Rema. Oh, bro. Let's play the clip.
We're too big to move like this. You feel me? I don't take no rubbish. I respect my fans. we're not moving like this, alright? I'm gonna reschedule the show. They have disrespected me and disrespected Afrobeats by treating you guys like this. I'm out. I love you.
Yo, so Sam, what did you think? What was your overall takeaway of that whole fiasco?
My first question is, does his team know he was going to do that? Like, is this a Rema sentiment or is this like a plan?
Sam,
is this a...
I don't know, because at the same time, Don Jazzy was posting videos on Instagram of him doing TikTok challenges.
Don Jazzy was doing what Don Jazzy was doing. He doesn't care about none of this.
Okay, but I actually don't know too much about Rema's management, sorry. But
management.
Management. I'm kind of on Rema's side.
Are you?
And I don't know. I imagine I am. Listen, I feel bad for the paying audience. Like, I know they paid their hard-earned cash for this show, and it was in Atlanta. And listen, it's unfortunate that you paid and you wanted a dope experience. But like, here's the thing. I hope they're able to like sort out, like, because he said he'll move the date or something, and if not, then I hope they're able to sort out refunds. But listen, I kind of fuck with it. Listen, you can't disrespect Afrobeats. Like, I feel like they did the bare minimum for this guy. Like, and if the sound is bad, the stage production is bad, and okay, to be fair, he was wearing a lot of clothes and complaining about it being hot.
All right, now those are some of the things that I'm looking at. Like, first off, my guy, what do you mean by you? And it's all black too, and you know black retains heat.
But Sam, this guy would have he's done a lot of performances. I feel like he'll know.
But they've all been with his shirt off. Haven't you seen him?
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying just in terms of production value, I think the thing that ticked him off the most was the sound. That's how I feel. And it's true. These guys might do like bare minimum because they're like, it's just like Rema. It's just an African.
Okay,
act.
so here's what,
like,
and I'm going to fight back on
minimum.
that. So here's what he does. Here's what I feel like he could have done. Right. First off, you can stop the show. We saw that here in Kenya when we were at Alchemist, and she stopped the show. She's like, listen, let me try and see what we can do with the sound, and then come back. Yeah. He should have done that. Stop and then go and talk with his team. But then it almost seemed like he was flaming Atlanta, which, in America, they're very, very...
It wasn't flaming Atlanta. It's flaming the venue and
come on.
It's
the fans and the venue. It didn't seem like he was being too kind to the location, is what I'm trying to say. And the people are from the location, and Americans really love their locations. So it's like, I feel like he should have just stopped the show, gone with his team and said, is there anything we could do about this? That's fine. That's normal.
Rema is a good performer.
He is, but
and he needs things to a certain standard. Me, I back it 100%. Like, you have to, and in this music industry, you have to set precedents. Otherwise, people will step on you. So if you go to one event, they do the bare minimum. So the next time you come back, they'll still do the bare
minimum start from his part then? How didn't they know that the venue had bad sound? You're supposed to location scout.
And do a sound check. Maybe they did. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe we don't know. Maybe they expressed. This
is what I'm saying.
They expressed their.
But that's where you stop though, because if they did sound check and it was good, right? Or they did sound check and they saw, okay, we can go with this.
What if they did sound check and they were like, we're not too happy with this, and the guys, the sound.
Then you don't go along with the show from there. You don't get on. You don't get on the show. And then now start saying, I'm sorry, guys, da-da-da.
No, Sam, you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying, what if they did the sound check? They went there before and they're like, guys, we're not too sure. Can you do something to help fix this? And these are all now hypotheticals because now we don't know. But I'm saying, what if they did that and the guys were like, yeah, okay, fine. We'll address this, we'll address that.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
So he goes on stage with the expectation that certain things were fixed and they were not.
That's the thing. You can't, again, that's why I'm saying it's on his part also. Like, you can't just go on with expectations. You have to do your due diligence as an artist to make sure that you'll be given the best show for the people. Now, if you go up there and they're like, oh no, the sound is not great. What did he did say, it was just not sound also. There was something else.
the heat.
Well,
He was
I mean,
saying
America
that
is going
he
through a
was-
heat wave right now, so.
He says he respects his fans, man. And he says he's gonna reschedule the show because they have
That's
disrespected
fine.
me and disrespected
It's not
Afrobeats by
it's not
treating you guys
disrespecting
like
you
this.
or Afrobeat. That's what I'm saying. It's not if you've not done your due diligence to ensure that you should look at Travis Scott. They stopped the whole Egypt thing because they couldn't set up a good show. Instead of him going to Egypt and then messing up and I'm sorry guys, Egypt they no. Anyway.
Before we even get before we get to Travis Scott stuff, like, listen. First of all, it was at the Buckhead Theater in Atlanta, and bro, Sam, you have to set a precedent. In the way I saw this whole thing play out, I saw a guy who probably did us. There's no way he didn't do a sound check. A guy who was given reassurances that things would be better on the day, and they were not. And he came there, and Rema is a superstar. That guy is a superstar. He needs to be treated as such.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you, but I'm not going to. Okay, I don't disagree with you.
Belabor the
but
point. Listen, Sam. I'm very empathetic towards the fans because they spent a lot of money, like probably, and you have to account. Maybe some people drove up there. They actually don't live in ATL. Maybe they live in the outskirts, so they drove there or whatever. Some people might have even, you know what I mean, gotten like, we're gonna stay in like a hotel for a day or whatever just to see Rema or some shit. Like, I acknowledge that people spent hard-earned money to see the show, but at the same time, Sam, we will not be disrespected off of the back of promoters or these guys who don't value African music as much as they would like homegrown American Western music. We need to set precedents, and if the sound is not going to be good, the stage whatever design is not going to be up to the standard that he's used to on his tour. The heating how many times have we seen Beyonce like be really pissed when her fans aren't working? When her fans are, and then everybody on Twitter is like, somebody's getting fired, and everyone glorifies that. They're like, yo, like when Beyonce points out something in her show that's not going well, and she looks visibly pissed, and people are like, oh, somebody's gonna get fired. How come we're not glorifying Rema for this? Even Rema needs to do the same thing. African music deserves to be put on the same pedestal as these guys. First of all, world music is on the rise. Let's even start there. And I hate that I'm even calling it world music.
They're not disrespecting Afrobeat though, because he said we're disrespecting.
Yes, they are. They are.
It's not only Afrobeat that go through bad shows. It's not just Afrobeat. I have another take, but I don't know if I'm not going to. I'll text it to you.
You think Rema? What's your take? Rema had some other things to do. He had some other things to do. And he was like, "I'm gonna come up with a fake excuse."
I don't know if the question of anyway, but you've already said that. You've said that you feel like he has enough clout and he's built enough to be able to do this.
Because listen, Sam, if Rema doesn't do. No, he is. Exactly. He is. That I don't disagree. But if Rema doesn't do it, right, then who will?
No,
what
that
happens
I understand.
when smaller artists?
That I understand.
What happens when smaller artists go there? If your top dogs aren't like putting their foot down and saying we deserve better treatment, who is gonna do that? A smaller artist, right? Or even like just a smaller artist is gonna go to the same venue, and how are they gonna have a say to being treated like that?
You're assuming that the venue is being negligent and doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I think so.
What do you mean? Yeah, I think so.
Being negligent.
They have Rema on their stage, and you think they're going to be negligent because of that? It's Rema's. Anyway, listen.
I'm saying I don't think they value Rema or they put him at the same level as the other artists. If Jay-Z. If Jay-Z or Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole happened to be doing a show,
you're
on
talking
the same
about two
stage,
different things. Afam. Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar.
No, I'm not.
And Rema.
So because they're them.
All I'm saying is he's not on that level. See where Rema is.
So he's not on, oh wow.
Where Rema,
wow. So he's not on the level to
he's
have
not on Jay-Z
respect.
and J. Cole's level, yes.
So they deserve
They've had
respect,
years
but
and
Rema
years
doesn't.
and years and years. Not that, no, everyone deserves respect. Everyone deserves respect. All I'm saying is that the venue might have a little bit more pressure. And it is just what it is. It is what it is.
It's interesting. It's interesting why they would have more pressure to perform and deliver in the standards that they should for a bigger name than an African name. It's interesting.
I sense some passive aggressive. It's interesting. No, but I listen. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I just don't. I understand what you're saying, and they should be able to give a good show to J. Cole and give a good venue to Rema and give a good venue to Afam when he tours. That is that is bottom line. However, it's also on Rema's team to go the furthest they can to ensure that the venue that they have picked to perform at is viable and is up to the standards that they want. And Rema should, I understand this whole thing of calling out venues on the mic, but I think it works a lot better for the venue and for the fans when you first try and solve it before.
But how else are you gonna know? So, okay, we're gonna do a lot of assumptions here, but like, how else are you gonna know that a venue and the people
you can still put it
out. Manage that venue are trash?
You can still put it out
before you actually go and work with them. You get what I mean?
People do location scouting.
So like now, for now, okay, they do, but like now, I know Rema isn't gonna fuck with that venue again. He's probably gonna be like, the next time he goes to ATL, he's gonna use a different venue, right? But the thing is, how would he, like, you do a location scout, maybe you even go to different shows that have been hosted there, and you're like, this is decent, and then you actually work with them, and they're not catering to you as well as they have been with other shows. So there's no amount of location scouting that can fix that. Do you get what I mean? Like you could go to a place, and see how they're treating artists X and Y and Z, right? And be like, oh wow, this is actually a good show. No, what I'm saying is, you go and you see how they're treating artists X, Y, and Z, and you're like, oh, that was a pretty good show. I want to perform here. And so now you go and perform there, but they don't treat you how you observed in your location scouting. And so you're like, what? Why isn't the show as good as when I came here to scout? Why isn't the show as good as when you guys were giving me reassurances that this is the level and standard that I will receive when I do my show? That would piss me off. I'd be like, no, I know, I did my research. This is a good venue. This is the level of sound. This is the level of care I'm going to be receiving. And then you go there and that's what they give you. I'm going to be even more pissed because I know the capabilities that you guys have, and I know I am not getting them to the level that you can afford me. And so I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to throw a fit. So it's not. So what I'm saying, Sam, is I don't think they didn't do their due diligence. Okay.
You think they did? You think the venue is the one that just screwed with them?
At that level, I don't think Rema and his team are not doing due diligence like that. But obviously, this is also
again. I agree with you. They're not doing. You don't think they're doing What did you say? You don't think they're not doing?
I don't
due diligence like that. I feel like they could have done more due diligence. I agree with him. First, okay, I disagree with him on disrespecting Afrobeats because I still don't know whether that's a whole take for Afrobeats, but
Afrobeats will not be disrespected, Sam.
All right. Okay, that's all right. Don't disrespect Afrobeats out there, please.
Don't disrespect Afrobeats. We deserve and Afrobeats. We're lapping it in with African music. Just don't disrespect us. We come to your places. We deserve the same care that you will afford a Lil Baby. And well, that's a bad example because Lil Baby.
He's not having a great run, right?
He's not having a great run with shows right now, but we deserve the same respect. Case closed. And sorry to everybody who paid money, but like this is I'm sorry, but
no, man.
Rema is setting the standards for African music.
I still feel like he's not too big to have handled it differently. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's my take, but I'm going to leave it in there. I'm not going to say what my take is, but I'm just going to leave it in there silently because I'm still trying to get a Rema on one of the beats. So.
Trying to get a Rema feature.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Anyway, you mentioned about Travis Scott.
Travis XX.
What's happening with him?
The Scott. One half of the Scots.
What's happening with Mr. Travis?
Oh, Mr. Scott. Well.
One half? What do you mean one half of the Scots?
Well, see, it's him and what do you call it? What's the other Kid Cudi? Who's the other half of the Scots? The group, the Scots. Do you know about the Scots?
Let's not talk about.
You don't know about the Scots?
Mr. Kid Cudi because no, okay. I do, but like I do. You like? Oh, this is a controversial take. I'll just say
controversy. We haven't used the controversy tag.
Kid Cudi's verse on that was ass. It was horrible, horrific.
What are you talking about, Afam? Please inform the fans.
Me personally,
fans. Did they call
Sam?
Oh, yeah. Are they fans of us or are they just listeners? Do we have fans or listeners?
Listeners. Let's say listeners. Yeah. I will come out and say I don't really like Kid Cudi's music.
Ooh.
He'll release albums and I'm just like, this is not great. I like Kid Cudi when he's on his like EDM stuff. Oh, the crazy he did tonight. Just give me like 2 lines that are catchy, that are repeated throughout the whole song. I'm happy. But don't try and rap for me.
Don't try and be an artist, please.
Because I wouldn't enjoy
I don't need you to be an artist.
Sam, unfortunately, I just don't enjoy Kid Cudi's music and it is what it is.
Okay.
Like, did you even see he did a release, he did like a teaser for a song a few months ago and he was flamed. He was like, this is the new single and he was flamed. And I don't think they ended up using it as the single because he took it back because it was like, wow, everybody's not fucking with this. And it's because Mr. Kid Cudi, your music isn't that great. But anyway, that's just me. Sam, you were saying?
I don't know what I was saying anymore. No, so he Travis released, obviously.
Oh, we're talking about Travis' release.
Oh no, I was linking it with the show that was cancelled in Egypt. So he had planned. I mean, it's Travis Scott. We've been waiting 5 years for an album. The last one was a super smash. It was absolute. Well, it was received very well. Astroworld, right? So, and there has been some success and I guess bumps with the whole Astroworld. What do you call it? What do you call it? The festival, Astroworld show, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So as part of his release for this album, Utopia, he decided, let's do a show in Egypt. Now, if you know your Egypt or you know your North Africa, North Africa doesn't play around like that. They're very, very strict with their culture, like super strict with their culture. I've heard stories of tourists going there.
Sam, what did the left toe say to the right toe?
Oh no. Oh no. What did the left toe say to the right toe? Yeah. I don't know. I can't actually think. What did the left toe say to the right toe?
Utopia. I just thought of that and it's the greatest joke I've ever said in my life.
Listen, to whoever told me not to stop being mean towards Afam, I want you to listen to this segment alone. This segment, just the joke. Just listen to the joke.
But it's a great
joke. It's
joke.
not a great joke.
Utopia. You're also
don't, please, don't further. Okay. Let's get back to the road where we were, please.
Okay.
So,
Sour.
This guy, man. So, Egypt doesn't play, right? So he decided to do a show, but then there's what they said for the show. But the show was cancelled, right? And then they said that it's infrastructural and all that business, all the business. I think there's a deeper play to it. I think maybe they of course disclose what they'll be doing in the show. and maybe Egypt, maybe because they're very like tough. They're like, they're not rocking with that. But then for PR's sake, obviously, it's going to be like, oh, we aren't able to get you the show you guys would have really enjoyed, the common trope. So, but yeah, that was, and I don't think that's a big. I mean, it's just one show cancelled. It's obviously not going to have a huge impact on his album release.
I mean, but that was the big one. Like that was like performing in front of the pyramids.
I do like how he spends. He tends to spend a lot of money with his shows. That's like a Kanye influence. I feel like just splurging money on
his marketing is outrageous for his stuff, and I love it. It's pretty.
We need people who like really think about that kind of thing, like in our current industry here. Like people who like look at shows as a new. We talked about it before. Look at shows as an art form in itself, rather than just an means to an end. And I have some music. Let me go on stage and perform them. But then look at a show as an entire separate thing. Maybe that's what Rema was. That's what Remo was.
That's what Remo was trying to do.
maybe the venue.
But actually, the art form of the rollout is a very interesting one, and being bold with your rollouts it could backfire, but it could also bring a lot of attention to the music. And I feel like a lot of us just do even me personally, you do the conservative things, you hit up the media outlets, you'll do this and do that.
That's basic. You have to do different things now.
Let's say you have maybe let's say you have a release called, I don't know, what's a common name for a project or an album. I'm trying to think of Love Hearts. You do a release called Love Hearts, like that's your song. It's a Love Hearts song. Go all out, like literally. What Love Hearts? You create a campaign where you go undercover and see all the people who have been cheated on. So you do like, all I'm saying is like you need to go sometimes, like going like out. Insane. You're like fine. I'm gonna go. That's for a month, 2 months.
That's one thing I think.
We're going to go undercover on Instagram. Yeah. We're going to see all the people who are cheating. We'll do a whole campaign over it. Like, we'll go over the top for this whole Love Hearts concept. You know what I mean? As opposed to just releasing
that is something I feel like we do need in the industry here is creative directors and creative direction. That's something that's really missing. And I understand why, because that's when the industry doesn't have as much money, as much funding.
Investment,
a couple of things have to go, and unfortunately, we feel like creative direction or someone just to help us with say what could be cool in this instance and what works and what doesn't work. A lot of artists feel like that's not important, but it's so desperately needed in this industry. Like so desperate. Like we need to stop just doing from the top to like the bottom. We need to stop just doing art for art's sake. Like it has to be there has to be thought and creativity, added creativity into the music, and videography and photography and everything, rather than just people doing talent. Talent, unfortunately, doesn't speak for itself anymore in the age of social media. But anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I'm not really on anyone's side. Like I'd have loved to see the spectacle that would have been the show.
That would have been great.
In front of the pyramids.
That would have been great.
But at the same time, like you're going to somebody's. This is a different culture. It's a different country. I mean, if your show has like imagery that's edgy and might be seen as,
because we know there was going to be that in there. Especially with the album.
Yeah, and
just listening to the album and seeing, oh no, it was going to be a big one.
Yes. So at the same time, the Egyptians do have a right to be like, this isn't for us. So yeah, I mean, it's too bad. Too bad we didn't get to see it. But the album itself, I mean, briefly, I listened to it once. I thought it was, for me, the word I can use to describe it was cinematic. It felt like a
big
movie. Like, it felt big. The drums were very cinematic. You know what I mean? Felt very Kanye, like
it was like, very Kanye. Actually, no, was it?
And Mike Dean's.
It feels like Jesus, doesn't it?
Yeah, it felt like Kanye had like some executive production on it. Like he was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a bunch of people
And
say
Mike
that,
Dean
but the take about
touch-
that. Sorry, a bunch of people say that the take about that is it feels like Yeezus because Travis Scott was like the producer on Yeezus, so it's his sound.
Yeah.
Ish.
So it is his
Yeah.
sound, but like it's weird actually. It's weird because it's like Kanye was super inspired by Travis for Yeezus and created like a Kanye Travis like blend that became that.
And then now it's the other
So
way
it feels
around.
like now Travis, yeah, but it feels like Travis is being influenced by Kanye's interpretation of Travis.
Yeah,
So it's
true.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
But there are some songs on here I think that were
It's
supposed to
weird.
be for Kanye's project that they took off.
oh, for real.
I don't know which ones it is, but then I know one for sure. Dang, I don't know if I'll be able to remember it.
I mean, while you look for
I think
that,
it's Telekinesis.
Like, I love the
Telekinesis. Yeah, it was supposed to be on Kanye's project, but then he took Kanye off. That's spicy.
He took Kanye.
Kanye off his own song.
But that's something Kanye would
Yeah,
do. So
well.
I get it. And I just like the features. I like the whole marketing ploy of not listing
The
features.
multiple album
so that
arts too.
You're like, yeah, so that you're listening to it, and the multiple album art, like you're listening for the features, like you're like, oh, that's Beyonce.
Yeah.
Oh my, wait,
Who is that?
Is that is that Carti?
That's Carti. Oh my
is
gosh.
that- yeah. And Carti sounded like 3 people on his song. He sounded like himself. He sounded like Future. He
That's
sounded
time.
like,
That's time and
Young Thug.
effort put into it, which is really good, I think. Music just sounds better when
Carti's
you
feature
think
was
about
hard.
it more. It just does.
Yeah, and we shall get into thinking about music more in a later segment. Anyway,
Oh my gosh. Yes, what else?
it's coming to you very soon. But Travis's album is okay. It's projected to do 500,000.
Overthinking brought to you by the 30% podcast.
Wait, listen, let's get on track. Because it's music. Anyway, 500,000 units they're projected to do, and that's because bundles are back. So listen, shout out to him.
Use those.
Of course. Now that bundles are back, when Taylor Swift releases, if she doesn't do 2 million first week,
We know what?
I'm disappointed.
Oh, dang.
Yes, bro. Taylor's been doing bundle
Millions and millions
numbers without
that
bundles.
Young lady
So-
moves numbers though. Ooh wee.
Oh, bro,
She
I'm telling
moves
you, they
numbers.
ride for Taylor Swift.
There must be
man.
a
Taylor Swift.
huge streaming farm somewhere.
Taylor Swift, I'm sorry, makes some of these big names look like they're not doing anything.
They're childish. Oh dang. She moves
But anyway,
numbers.
yeah. So Travis, what else was in the? Oh, yeah, Sam, the Love Renaissance thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's been a new partnership by Audiomack. Audiomack, I think they were at 25 million subscribers as of recently. So they're pretty huge. And Love Renaissance. Where is Audiomack most prevalent in? Not prevalent like a disease, but where do they?
I don't know. I think America.
Really?
I think their offices are based in America, in New
that's
York
interesting.
or something like that.
Okay. Oh yeah. So they've partnered up with Love Renaissance. Love Renaissance is the label that has brought you Summer Walker
Laverne.
and Slack. Slack.
Isn't it interesting that nowadays, whenever people introduce Laverne or Love Renaissance, they start with Summer Walker and not Black? Because all through in history, it's always been, hey, that's Love Renaissance. Oh yeah, that's Black's label.
Yeah,
Now it's
yeah.
Summer Walker. And I'm not hating. I'm just saying times have changed.
I feel like she's okay. I don't know if she's had more impact, but then she's made a big,
she has.
a big splash recently.
she has.
A bigger splash recently. Black looks to be chasing.
Like Summer Walker is the focus of the label, and you can see that in how they
Yeah.
roll out her music and everything.
And yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Black because I feel like he's been sidelined a little bit, but that's just me. Like looking, like me, obviously I don't know what's happening in like the dynamics inside, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like Black has kind of been, he's like old news
Yeah.
for Love Renaissance.
That's crazy.
And listen, the Summer Walker is the one bringing in the most revenue right now. So obviously the label is gonna focus on that. But that's not what we were talking about.
Yes. So they partnered up with what do you call it? What do you call them? What do you call them? The Audiomack to
oh no, the app.
Yes. And they're using, what is it called? Artist. What the thing is? I'm trying to find the name of the actual software that they're using. Audiomack software. Sorry, give me a second. Elevator music.
Oh my god. So because I don't have the article pulled
I'm trying to pull up. Okay, I think I found. I'm trying to pull up the article. And so no, I'm trying to find. There's a. Just give me a second. I'll edit out all this noise. Or not.
I think I found it.
Or not. Continue to article, please. And no, I'm not turning off my ad blocker. Leave me alone. Where are we? Oh, yeah. So so LVRN wants to utilize the Love Renaissance, LVRN. They want to utilize the Audiomacks software called Artist Rank, which is apparently it's everyone says everything is revolutionary. It's a revolutionary way of discovering new artists. Where there's like you can. It's almost like, I don't know if you ever played Football Manager. Did you ever come in contact with it?
No, but I've seen people play it, but like it's so complex.
So in Football Manager, they do this thing. I don't know what kind of juju they use, but then they've been able to like successfully predict if a player is going to blow up a number of times, using the different metrics. Like guys, like not to get too into it, like guys like Havertz, other random players who have made it to like the top. They've 4 or 5 years ago, like FM was typing them. But anyway, that's all to say. So this is essentially what Artist Rank is supposed to do, is to try and use the different metrics in finding out, online numbers, reception, all that business, to predict whether an artist is going to do well. So Love Renaissance want to tap into that, which is basically this whole not distribution deal, but then this whole deal that they have with them. What do you think about that? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's interesting. Hopefully, like hopefully, well, I can't wait to see when they start rolling it out. I know Justice had started, so Justice Baden, co-founder of Love Renaissance. Back in the day, he used to do a thing where he'd have a live stream on Instagram.
Yeah.
He'd go live and then he'd ask people to come on and sing music. And sing, and based off of that, he would reach out to them again. And there's this one girl who got I can't remember her name, but she got a deal with Love Renaissance out of that whole program. So they're not, I mean, they've done A&R activities such as this before. So I all we can do is wait and see. For me personally, I'm conflicted because it's like in the music industry, like a lot of people, when you're coming up and you're super hungry, you're like, I need this. I need to like sing in front of these people and have them give me their validation that I am
they're just
good.
Looking at your social media.
For me personally, it's like I'm more of the school of thought of kind of finding your own way up to a certain point, but like I don't like relying too much on these like competitions and that type of stuff like to put you on. I feel like you can figure it out on your own.
Now you
as
can.
Opposed to like,
now you can.
Yeah, now you can, because like some people, I feel like they really like do their all for these shows, and then even if it works out, you never hear about them again. You know what I mean? And also for some people, I see them get turned down from these like A&R like exploits.
It crushes their spirit.
And then go on to, and then, it could crush your spirit. Or I've seen other people get turned down from them and then go on to have a very successful career. So it's like, are they really that necessary? I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it.
But you have to also notice that Love Renaissance has a what do you call it in it? They're trying to, so when you find out the good artists, they're trying to be first to that that plate. Like, all right, we found out a great artist instead of waiting for and I'm sure there'll be something in the contract.
No, but
Sam, instead of waiting for all the labels to start climbing, it's like, we're here
Sam,
first.
It's not. I don't think it's about. I really don't think it's about that, because they can do that without this competition. It's about the partnership they have with Artist Trunk. If we're being honest, they don't need Artist Trunk to find the artists. Yeah, it does. They don't need this. These guys know good music. Like, they could go on SoundCloud and find a good artist tomorrow if they wanted. It's not about that. I feel like it's about the partnership, and it's CSR. This is corporate social responsibility.
Oh no,
that's what it's called.
It's all about taxes. Yikes.
This is all about the look. It's all about, like, oh, we're helping, but they can if they wanted to.
Yeah, people. I mean, if
maybe that's a bad
people don't
take.
just help for helping sake. This is about taxes.
No, people do help for helping sake.
Really, but you have so much faith in the world.
But when they do, they don't really make a huge show and dance about it. And when you see a huge show and dance about something, then you know it's not helping for helping sake. Like, there's also... Anyway, listen, I want to work with Black and Samawaka one day. So shout out to Love Renaissance. And please keep going.
Oh, this is the podcast where we can't really give you our real opinions because we're still producers trying to make it. And it's fine.
Indeed.
It's totally fine, honestly. We're in between a rock and a hard place. And what do you want from us? We want to make beats for this artist. All right.
But yeah. Speaking of artists, what were you listening to this week?
A whole bunch of stuff dropped. Let me just mention the two that I was really excited about on the outside. Actually, three, honestly. So Utopia, that I was not excited for, but then I was looking forward to listening to. I was excited for Post Malone. Off his few singles, I was like, hey, I'm really hyped. And I listened to the album, that was really good. And then Tori Kelly. Tori Kelly released a little EP. I don't know that it was recently, it was further than that, but I got to it this week. And it was produced by one of my favorite producers of all time, John Bellion. So I was really excited to listen to that. And I think it's very good, very old school-ish R&B, old school, new school R&B mixed with like drum and bass and like a whole bunch of different. So that was really good. But yeah, so that was on the West. Didn't really get into too much. Locally here, I mean, should we get into it or should we save it for last? Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So last week we had reported like with some news station. We had reported last week that R&B songstresses
anticipating
Xenia and Karun will be dropping. Was it last week or the week before?
It was last week.
It was last week, yeah. So they finally dropped the song. They blessed us. And honestly, this song for me, the song's called Anticipate. It's an indication of what you can do, I think, when you pay attention to the music. We've seen a lot, and again, I'm not saying this in order to trash anyone else. I'm not saying this in order to make anyone else seem like they're not trying. Because we've definitely seen some trying from different camps. But then the quality just sounds...
Quality is very high.
Yeah, it's very high. And that's what happens when you, I think, pay attention to the music and do everything you can, not just to release a song, but to ensure that this song is well presented, I guess, in terms of its composition, producing, mixing, mastering, everything. So I really, really enjoyed the song. I know we are super stans of this too, so it doesn't matter.
Do you want to hear my opinion?
It doesn't matter.
Do you want to hear my opinion?
Okay. Well, here we go. So again, in this what do you call it? This segment of overthinking, brought to you by
this segment is called Afam Breaks Down Stuff. So my opinion on this song, Sam.
Here we go.
Well,
we don't have visuals, but Afam has a book in front of him. Let me just say that.
First of all, I'd like to say, like, yes, I agree with everything Sam has said. The production value from this song was very amazing.
Crazy.
I sent it to a friend of mine, and they described it as, they said they were levitating, like, after listening to it, and it's that kind of music. So listen, guys, you guys wanted a breakdown. You want good breakdowns of music. We are going to give you a breakdown. We're going to give you a breakdown in a way that only producers can do it. And this is it. Now, this song, 75 beats BPM. That's where it was. nice chill region for making sultry, amazing music like this.
Sultry, yes. The salt.
This song was produced by CB and Stoopid Lou. We shouted them out last pod.
Yep.
So shout out to them. The song is 2 minutes and 47 seconds long. It's in the key of G minor.
In the key of G minor. There you go, guys.
Listen, I actually had to use my keyboard to figure out the key. The main chord progression is 4 chords long. I'm not really too strong at...
Somehow he skipped this part. He
got
us music, the BPMs, but skipped the notes.
Music theory, but like it's
chords,
4 chords. It's 4 chords in the key of G minor. You can figure it out if you're a musician.
Yeah.
So I'll give you like a production breakdown.
Please.
The kick was like a drill kick, super hard. They paired it with a open hat that just made it even sound more expansive.
Okay.
So I was like, that's interesting. That's an interesting decision for like an R&B track. But like I was like, I'm fucking with this. It had like, I'm pretty sure it had a perk loop, like a percussion loop in the background. I appreciated that because that always adds like with the groove and the bounce.
Stop snitching. Stop snitching on the producers.
I'm snitching.
Stop snitching.
They had a hi-hat roll every 4 bars. They also had like some hi-hats, but they're mixed very like well within like the drums. So like you really have to listen to hear the hi-hats properly, but you can definitely hear the roll every like 4 bars, and that just adds to the bounce. They also added a rim. They were feeling very spicy. So they're like, let's put a rim there to make it feel like chap. Like let's just put a rim to like just give them the bounce, give them that like Memphis bop. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, I'm fucking with this. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah. They also had the bass sound. They had a Moog bass, like for
bass
the majority of the beat. Ooh,
I really like that
swimming.
sound. I really like that when you put like a chorus on the bass and it's just like dancing in between the ears
and it's just there nicely.
Nice.
It's just there chill, like low over there. You know what I mean? So they had the Moog bass. They had a synth. I'm pretty sure
hilarious.
It was like they had like a synth. They had keys. I'm pretty sure the keys were like an organ. Like they sounded like, you know, Undertaker's intro, like organy. And then they had I already said they had chop drums. I'm pretty sure in the intro they had like a string sample. It was like a strings of some sort, like a theremin type of thing. Well, I know a theremin isn't a string, but like that type of sound. And then they also had a vocal sample, which, by the way, I really love this era we are in for the vocal sample being part like heavy of R&B beats. It just adds something spicy, ambient, because they usually put like a bunch of reverb on it. So I was just like, yeah, like these guys knew what they were doing. So yeah, Sam, let's get into how this thing was structured. Yes, this is a breakdown like for real. Like I actually went ham and I actually was like, yo, we have to break this down.
Morning, went to the kitchen, got himself a cup of coffee, sat down with a book.
Sam, I said I had time. I said I had time today, man.
Okay.
So essentially, how this is, so if you want to learn how to like write music like Xenia, this is what she did. The first 8 bars of the song was just the beat. Like vibe,
which is a lot for today's standards.
Intro. I know
it's a lot for today's standards,
but like it's just like yo, you guys want to vibe. So they give us 8 bars to vibe to it, and then she comes in with the verse. She does the verse for another 8 bars. Here's the thing about Xenia's verse, man. That shit had hella harmonies. I'm telling you, it had like 4 to 5 harmonies.
This is what I'm going to say about Xenia. I think she does that absolutely perfectly. And she doesn't just do harmonies. She has like her own trademarked way of doing harmonies. It's just, it sounds very, it's almost edgy. It almost, I think it's really good. It's brilliant. There's talent there in choosing harmonies.
There is so much talent there. So the verse comes in, it has hella harmonies. I'm just like swimming in the harmonies. I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Wow.
So I listen to the verse. So now we're just talking about structure. So the verse comes in. So 8 bar intro, 8 bar verse. We go into the hook, which comes in amazingly. Like it's because it's just tied into what she was saying in the verse. The hook comes in. It's very catchy. It's super catchy. The hook also comes in for 8 bars, but this time in the way they did the harmonies, they're more tight to the lead vocal.
And something about the hook too.
Go ahead.
The hook has movement in terms of like the melody. It has movement.
Yeah.
It's up and down and up and down. A lot of the things that we see these days, that we see in, I guess, under experienced writers, is they tend to, it's almost like they're rapping when they're doing a hook. Like it's very monotonous, and that works sometimes, but then it brings in a lot of life when you be more adventurous with your melody on the...
Exactly. And also you don't have to overcomplicate it. This just came from the verse. She's just like saying, tell you about what it used to be.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's just like you doing a melody. And I'm not going to sing.
After this breakdown, you have to sing at least the hook. You have to give us the hook at least. Please, bro. Please, we need it. The streets need it.
What it used to be.
Hey.
Anyway. So listen. So essentially it was simple, but like it just sounds so good. So they do the hook for 8 bars, and then the breakdown, the bridge. You know, the bridge comes in. The bridge is 12 bars long.
There was a lot of negative space in this song.
So much negative space. I love it. So they take out all the drums. It's just even they took out the Moog bass for the first 4 bars of the bridge. They take out the Moog bass. You were
paying attention for real, weren't you?
No, listen, you guys are getting a real breakdown. You said you wanted a breakdown. Here's a real breakdown. So they take out the Moog bass for the first 4 bars. They bring it in, and that's when our amazing songstress Karun comes in. And Karun's vocals, do you know what they decided, Sam?
No drums.
They just decided, let's put no drums and let's put what? Reverb. Slap that thing with reverb, man. And it sounded like amazing.
It really worked, because again, she wasn't like singing. It was very spacey, very minimal. Spacey. So the reverb covers up a lot of that space. And then they also
bring back
for the most part.
They bring back in some of the strings and everything. So it's just like a huge vibe. And what she's saying,
and she killed those ad-libs too. She does that well.
She did. Those BGVs and she was killing them. So Karun's part is also 8 bars long, but plus, so 8 bars plus the 4 bars in the beginning of the breakdown amounts to 12 bars long for the whole bridge. 12 so bars, the bridge ends, and then we go back into the hook. And now this time the hook has both Karun and Xenia. Oof. Xenia doing the hook, Karun doing the BGVs. Yeah. And we're just like, crazy. So they give us 8 bars of the hook and then a final 8 bars outro. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you write a hit. Now,
that sounds a lot for 2 minutes too.
I know, but let's talk about let's break it down to what they were actually talking about. For me,
before we get there. So I did feel, I guess one of the, this is just personal opinion. I feel.
Yes.
I felt like at the beginning of the song, when everything came in the beginning, the first verse, I felt like it was a bit maybe too heavy. Like there was a lot going on.
Too heavy.
And Xenia's voice shines. It just shines, right? And when you put a lot going on, I feel like it almost overcrowds it, it clouds it too much. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe they would have
for me, it wasn't
less, or maybe taken out the sample. I don't know, done something. But I just feel like it felt too heavy in the beginning.
For me, I don't think it felt heavy. The only thing that was heavy was the kick. It was just like the kick is like a drill kick, man. That shit was slapping. Yeah, that kick was slapping like, bruh, this should be on a central.
So let's use engineering terms. It cut through. It was cutting through the mix.
It was really cutting through, man.
Who have we become? Really Lord.
But I didn't mind it. So this is the last part of the breakdown. This song, the biggest word that I could use to describe this song is nostalgia. Mm-hmm. This song is about nostalgia of what it used to be in a relationship. And you know how you've been in a relationship for like a while, and then like you lose the initial, like, you know how things used to be in the beginning. Like there's a lot of fire, like it's fiery, it's exciting, whatever.
Good old days.
The good old days when you guys were just in love because you were in love. You know what I mean? You know, it's not like you had all these like toxic obligations and this and that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because this is what led me to like figure out, because you know she says in the hook, like she wants to go back. Okay.
I'm actually taking you seriously, but this is just so funny that this is again overthinking brought to you by the 30% podcast.
Yeah. This is Afam breaks down stuff. Listen, when she goes back to saying she wants to go back to a time when love was free, that implies to me anyway that the love feels transactional now. You know what I mean? And I guess that's like an overall description of relationships today. They're very transactional. What am I getting from this? Whether it's sex, whether it's clout, even.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it's very transactional. Or maybe you even just want this other person's attention.
You don't think real love exists anymore? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I do. I think it does. But I think this is like a very... Sam, I'm really not saying that. I think real love exists, but I think this is a very it's a very open and transparent review of how relationships are today, which is why I really fuck with this song, because it's like, wow, you're really singing the shit that we relate to right now. You know what I mean? So even Karun's part was essentially the same. She talks about missing his fragrance or their fragrance, whatever. Interesting bar about going back to the waterfalls. I don't know. Whenever R&B niggas be talking about waterfalls, it's usually super sexual. But anyway, so there was that. I was like, oh, that's spicy. That's interesting. But yeah, I think in total, I'd give this song... I would give this song a 9.35. My only detractor from this song was the kick. The kick was really heavy. I was like, bruh, this is drill. But you know what? I like it because it's like a bold decision. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, guys, there is a breakdown of this is music. You know what I mean? If you want to make a hit, 8-bar intro, 8-bar verse, 8-bar hook, 12-bar bridge, 8-bar hook, 8-bar outro, you have a hit. Done. I feel like I need I need to breathe.
You need
I feel
a
like I've
drink
been
of
talking
water.
nonstop. Yeah.
You need to go outside and just inhale some fresh air after this.
I do.
But that's cool. That's that's a good song. It's a good song. It makes me excited for what's coming. Honestly, the project.
It does.
If we have a bunch of these on there, woo! Thank you, sir. I'll take that, please. Yeah.
I was gonna say other people also released music, which we can skip.
Oh yeah, let's get to that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Calligraph Jones released a song called Minimal Pressure, produced by Vince. Shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way.
Shout out to Vince.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like what those two have, a sound and a partnership, so that's working.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Kula Kwa Macho, Breeder.
Oh yeah, and Valika. How do you say that? Valike?
Yeah, Valika.
Yeah, they released a song.
It was just Gengetone, pretty. The things that she was saying were very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how she was saying how she can fuck with an older dude who's paying at least.
Oh.
As opposed to
I wasn't really listening to it that deeply.
Oh, you didn't, bro. I was just
oh snap!
It was very interesting.
Okay. All right. Charisma released Sina Noma, that was produced by So Fresh. So Fresh has been on a run since Soul Generation.
But Sam
picked him up. Yeah.
Do you know the background? First of all, listen, Charisma. If you're listening to this, shout out to you, because the timing of you releasing this track is impeccable. Impeccable timing, impeccable rollout. I don't know if you know the back context to this song.
I do not. I saw a song and pressed
the reason why he's releasing this song is there was a drama about him getting into a fight with a popular YouTube, Instagram personality. We don't need to mention the name because we're not a messy podcast. And so there's drama about them getting into
I wish we were.
Fist fight, in the recent Blankets and Wine that passed. And
I didn't know about that.
It was trending. It was trending on Twitter, and I also have insider information about like the actual fist fight.
We're about to get some tea.
No, I'm not spilling any tea.
Take us to the next level,
I'm not
bro.
spilling any tea, but like, and listen to the lyrics, listen to what he's saying. Like,
wait, chill. It must hurt though. It must hurt to have all this juicy information that is definitely going to, do well, and like your insides must be just melting. Keeping all of this in there, doesn't it?
A little bit, but
anyways, continue. Yeah,
no, but I like it because he didn't really release a statement about it. Instead, he decided to release this song, and then he went to Trace. He went to Trace. He had an interview with Calvin. They kind of glanced on it, but he said, "I'm not releasing a statement, just this music." And we're paying attention to it. I think it's a really sick rollout. So shout out to Charisma. And me, I know him personally. I think Charisma is a dope dude. So listen, whatever the streets are saying about him, I fuck with Charisma and I like this song. So yeah. What else came out?
Oh man.
Oh, bro.
Haina Ngwangwa. I don't know how to say that. Chill. Before we get to that. Haina, how do you pronounce that?
Ngwangwa.
How do you pronounce that?
Ngwangwa. Paroti.
By Paroti and Kapi.
Yeah, shout out to Paroti, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Dungumbithi released Mahaba Yatatua.
I'm just going to be honest with you, Bithi. Like, listen, your vocal has so much potential, man. He sounds like Sampha-ish. I'm just going to say this. The mixing on this song was really it wasn't it. It didn't do you justice. It didn't do this song justice, especially because I had to listen through the mix and I was like, bro, this dude's vocal is actually really good. But the way it's mixed just detracts from this song. And I was just, I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
But like that, he has so much potential.
Mr.
Mbithi. But then there was the guy, and we would play this if it was not for Xenia and Karun, but Jim Chuchu, Kumaiha. That was an amazing song, Sam.
Yeah, I like that. I don't even know what style.
Whatever it is, he did that. He bodied it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Shout out to him. 1/4.
Oh, of course, Jim Chuchu is part of I don't know if
1/4.
He's part of what do you call that?
Just a band.
Just a band, yeah. So it's part of
with Blinky Bill and them guys.
Are they all releasing music on their own now? Are they doing the Sauti Soul? We're getting the Sauti Soul.
Oh, so that's what it's called now, doing a Sauti Soul.
Yeah, you're doing you're doing a Sauti Soul for us. Oh no, please.
We had
please.
We also
need just
had
a band still.
Kipaji by Carnival, dance EDM stuff, very fire. Carnival is really talented. Our boy 28 released a project, Rich Before Rap. So shout out to 28 and Timmy Blanco for still releasing music. Oh, we had it's
all that breakdown.
I know, bro. I'm tired.
You've used up your good English for the
day. We had Honest by Razorman and Andia Gabi. Listen, shout out to you, Gabi. Gabi like bodied the vocals, man. Listen, Gabi is an R&B songstress. You know what? I was gonna say for the future, but for now, your time is now, man. I really, really enjoyed listening to like what she did on that song. Like, bruh, she has vocals for days, honestly. But yeah, me, that's all I listened to.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that we could, of course, so that you guys can verify the breakdown.
Oh yes, yeah.
That Afam so graciously decided to do for us. But that was dope though. We should do that for more songs. I think that would be cool if we do that for more.
Once in a while.
Especially once in a while, especially for like Kenyan music. Yeah. I think it would be good too if we break down their songs as producers.
Yeah. Give people the perspective that they wouldn't usually get,
Yeah, not really thinking of, and that's a blessing and a curse because sometimes you just can't listen to music these days. You're like, ooh, what kick did they use there? Ooh, what snare? It's just like,
ooh, they used a loop in the background.
Yeah. Oh, that must be Splice. Anyway,
I've actually had this sample before.
Exactly. I used it. And that has actually happened.
Oh, that's what happened to me
Oh, man,
so many times.
The sample.
I just skipped past that sample the other day. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we can't sample snitch. That's not a.
Yeah, no,
it's not acceptable in the culture. The culture. So yeah, definitely want to play "Anticipate" by Karun, Xenia.
Let's go.
Great song, honestly.
Anticipating, waiting, wondering if I'll make it to our destination. Wondering if our love is wasting away. How we drive into the separation. Can't forget to mention attention's been lacking. Stay backtracking to the good days. Reverse, you turn, it don't matter to me. Whatever takes me back to what it used to be. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. Can we take it back on the phone? Whatever takes me back to what it used to be. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. Will you go back there with me? To when our love was free.
So that was "Anticipate" by Xenia Manasseh and Karun. Honestly, shout out to both of you. Shout out to Faye. Shout out to Soul Headquarters. Shout out to CB and Stoopid Lou. But yeah, guys, listen. That was episode 34.
Give that a spin.
Yeah, give it a spin. That was episode 34. Hopefully we shall do more breakdowns. We'll see.
When more fire music is released.
Yeah, when more fire music is released. So yeah, guys, listen. Thank you guys so much.
That's horrible to say. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm dead. But listen, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. As always, you know where you can find us: Anchor Music, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts. You can also find us on
Everywhere.
Threads, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and even we are now on TikTok and YouTube as well. So yeah, so we'll see you for big episode 35. Wow, we're already on episode 35. That's crazy. But yeah, we out.